Good evening, everyone. I'm Samantha, and I did my service learning at Onslow County Senior Services in Jacksonville. They provide a lot of things for the geriatrics population. They provide activities for them to do every day. They provide a Meals on Wheels. They provide transportation. They provide lunch for them daily for any of them that may need food, that may not have it at home. They also provide health education sessions and wellness activities. They have a lot of exercise and fitness. They have an exercise room, and they have fitness groups, or they have certain classes during certain parts of the day. They are recently trying to implement Tai Chi as something for them to do. They also have legal assistance. They can't provide it themselves, but they have someone that they get to provide it for them that comes to the center twice a year, and they help provide legal assistance, which includes many of them will have help with a living will, and that'll help them with that. They have also transportation for them to be able to get to the center. That way, some of them that don't have way there, or they can't drive themselves, then they provide that for them. They conduct research for their classes. They will send out surveys, or they'll have a suggestion box. So that's kind of how they do their research as well. There are many different organizations and groups that compile to help the senior services come up with the funds that they need to be able to supply these services. They have the USDA, they have grants, they have state and county. They have also a nonprofit organization, Friends of the Aging, that help them come together to supply all these things. So what I did for senior services is I volunteered on Fridays, and I helped them with the activity of bingo, which is a favorite of theirs. There's at least 88 participants of the game that come every Friday, and they're very upset if they do not have bingo for holidays. Or this Friday there was a picnic for the employees, and they weren't able to do bingo this week, and there was many of them that was quite upset because of that. Jumping into resiliency theory, I feel like the seniors are already pretty resilient, having made it this far into living, and that I feel they also help each other become resilient. I believe that the center itself is a way for them to become more resilient. It helps them so much that it improves the way that they are resilient. It helps them become more resilient, and they help other people to become resilient as well. They find a friend at the center, and they become friends, then they help one another. So I feel like that is a huge purpose that's not even thought about with this center. I also feel like ecological theory can be applied to the center and the people in it. It's the individual and environments interacting, and I feel it's the way that people perceive their environments and experiences. It's how they perceive their environment. And with this program, I feel like it helps them to understand and get through the situations that they're in. They can deal with it better, and I feel like this also goes into resiliency, because with this it helps. The other theory I wanted to get into, which is I feel like the biggest one, is biopsychosocial. It's my favorite one. I feel like I can pretty much put that into anything, but biologically they help supply food. They help with a way for them to exercise. They can do referrals if there's something that they need for medication or family services. Anything in their biological needs, there is either something there for them to do, or they have a way to refer them for that. And psychologically, I feel like it helps with coping skills. It helps with self-esteem, with mental health, with spiritual health. It helps them find themselves as a senior part of this community. It also socially, the social needs of these people with the program. There's a lot of volunteers that they'll have access to interact with, as well as the employees, as well as the other people participating in these activities. And at the center, they also have, for example, the Boys and Girls Club that volunteers sometimes during bingo, that are the younger part of the population. They get to interact with them as well. So I feel like socially, the center helps with those needs. So biopsychosocially, this center is essentially the basic needs of these people, and that's why I feel like they go well with this theory. I feel like my experience at the senior services as a whole was a very good experience, because I got to see this part of the population and this center that advocates essentially for this population. Without this center, there would be no place for them to go, and I really feel like this is a very good place to be, to work, to volunteer, to just find yourself to be at. Thank you.